I am Rachael Swinson, and I am passionate about theater. So I first got into theater when I was about 5 or 6, and I saw a children's theater production of The Little Mermaid, and I knew from that point on that I wanted to do something on stage, wanted to tell stories. Of course, I didn't realize how big it was at the time, but I knew I wanted to do that. Something about performing and just telling stories on stage, and of course like in musical theater, through music and through dance, that's unlike anything else besides, you have film, you have television, but something about theater and musical theater is it's just so magical. Performing just gives me a sense of satisfaction, a huge one. Excitement, joy, and in a way too, it makes me feel better about myself because at school, I'm not a complete loner, but being a theater kid in a big sports town, that's kind of difficult sometimes. And I've also just had some experiences in the past, socially, that just aren't the greatest. But when I'm on stage, I'm like, this is my place. I command this stage. I can do whatever I want. I can prove all those people wrong. This is where I'm at, and I absolutely love it. I prefer musicals over plays. For me, I think musicals for me are just more entertaining, and nothing against plays because I know we wouldn't have musical theater if it wasn't for the plays, Shakespeare, all those good things. But musicals just grab my attention more. Some plays I do love that I will read and be like, yeah, I would love to do this someday. But for me, musicals, yeah. I feel like I'm at home. Theater is my home. If I could just spend my entire day in a theater, whether it be in the lobby or on the stage or backstage, that is my home. Well, I have met some professional actors and actresses, and when I talk with them, it's nice because once they find out that I want their job, they treat me as their equal and they give me advice as to what to do. And then in the community theater aspect, it's my people. They accept me for who I am. We have so much in common. It's just nice. Sometimes you do have bonds that go beyond that one production. I have friends who I've been friends with now for years since one show. But then sometimes, you just lose touch with people. People may be younger than you, they may be much older than you. So it just depends, but I've had quite a few friendships that have lasted longer than one production. My first significant role was a production of Shrek the Musical when I was in 3rd grade. It was a very small role, it was at the very end of the show. In the musical version of Shrek, Lord Farquaad has a dad, and it's Grumpy from Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. So I came in at the very end there, and it was our director who voiced over me, so I didn't say the lines, but I basically mouthed along with the lines. So very small role, but still really fun. Felt so good afterwards, yeah. From there, I continued with that theater in Byron. I did a production of A Christmas Carol with them, in which I played Fan. Did a production of Tarzan, and then from there I did some shows in Rockford, mostly Disney shows, Little Mermaid, The Lion King, Mary Poppins, and then I did Tarzan again with them, only ensemble roles. And then I went back to Byron and did a production of Matilda, in which I played Hortensia, who in the musical version is Matilda's age, and it's part of these this group of Matilda's classmates. And then from there, after that, I did a production of Frozen, and that was my first lead role when I played Elsa. So far, I've had 8 lead roles. My favorite 2 roles are either Elsa or Elle. The reason why I loved being Elsa was because of course, it was my first lead role, and I'm a big Disney person, so playing a big Disney character, that was a lot of fun for me. And also too, I got to sing Let It Go, which is one of my favorite songs to sing. And the reason why I loved playing Elle was because I always wanted to do a more mature show and have a more mature role. So being able to do that on top of exploring different parts of me that I never knew were even there before, yeah, that's why I loved Elle. Now I'm looking for, sometimes it's stage time will be worth my time, driving to all these rehearsals will be worth my time, spending the gas and everything. Sometimes too it's the story, or this character gets to sing these songs, I love those songs. So for me, it depends, so many different aspects, it depends. So in the future, I'm graduating in December. I could go to college for it, but with the experience I have, I feel like I can just take all my resume and I can just start doing it professionally. I'm just gonna go start auditioning for Broadway, national tours, regional theaters. I'm just gonna throw myself out there. I would love to be living in New York City on Broadway.